bad.
Yeah, all right.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Oh, thank you for waiting. I know there's a big queue outside for interview or things.
Don't worry about it.
Alright. So, can I see your application first?
You can indeed.
Thank you very much. Looks perfect.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Right. So we applied for retail assistant here, yeah? We applied, what's your vacancy applied for? You know, we applied for
Retail assistant.
retail assistant. Question, why do you think you're perfect for this role, you know?
Well, I've got a lot of experience in this kind of position before, so I'd like to think I'd be able to be successful for your company. I know I'm very good with customers, can deal with anything that comes up on the shop floor, and I'm always very good with colleagues, so I would think I'm perfect for the position.
So have you had any experience before?
I have. I've worked for O2, Sony and Samsung, all as brand ambassador roles, which work alongside your retail assistants in other stores. So I know all the sales processes, dealing with customers, all your building reports on all the customers, what they need, so you can find something better to meet their needs.
Alright, so for how long have you been working there?
Well, I worked for O2 for about 6 months. The Sony for a year and a half, 18 months, and then Samsung for another 18 months.
Right. What would you do if there was a frustrated customer causing a scene? How would you calm them down? You know, I'm sure you had that experience before in the shop. Or
Definitely, yeah. First of all, because all customers are very important to the store, and you don't want to go and give out a bad name or anything like that. I would definitely first of all, you find out what the core problem is that's frustrating them, and then come up with some resolutions and find which one best suits them or pleases them, and then carry it out.
Alright, have you had a contact with your customer or no bad contact? I mean, you get angry very soon.
Definitely not, no. I've got a very long temper, it's very hard to get me angry, so always stay calm and positive with it at all times.
Alright, okay. Are you prepared to work flexible hours, you know, or?
Definitely, I've got no life outside of this, so I don't mind working whatever hours you wish.
Alright, so you are single now and you are free, yeah?
Definitely. Best way to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you said about your experience before, but do you think have you got anything more to tell us about your experience before, you know? Any good experience or bad experience or?
Definitely. While at Sony, there was 500 employees doing the same job as me around the country, and for the month of November 2011, I was the highest selling in the whole country of over 500 employees. Since moving to Samsung, I've had that same honour 3 times now in the 18 months. So I definitely know how to sell usually.
So why you change your mind, you know, why you want to move to our company, you know?
I've always liked the store itself and the company. Always bought from you when need be, and it's just been a more interesting role.
What was the most difficult situation you have been in whilst, you know, working, and how did you deal with it, you know?
Difficult situation is when one time I sold a TV to somebody which was £2,500, and they came back the next day and the price had changed. It had gone down £700, and of course they weren't very happy about that. So I explained to them that it was just a ticketing change and there's nothing we could do. But I said I'd go and speak to the manager, because of course it's not the greatest thing in the world to have happened to £700 discount the next day. So went over to the manager, explained the situation, and in the end they came up with a solution to give them the £700 difference, and the customer out of store very, very happy, put in a compliment slip about me, and they've always brought their family or anyone else they knew and recommended us.
New customer for that shop, yeah?
Yes.
Good, that's good. What are you like under pressure, you know, when you are angry?
Well, I don't get angry. No,
Well,
not at all. If you stay positive with all customers and reasonably upbeat, then it generally provokes an air of them to also feel quite positive and upbeat. So, handling pressure and things like that, just stay calm, be nice and friendly to them, and they'll generally be understanding back to you. You just explain the situation, be honest to them all the time.
So always you are calm, or just you try to show you are calm to your customer, you know?
I'm always calm. Not,
You
it's
never
not,
get
it's not
angry.
fun to the customers, no, it's always that way.
Is it just because of the business, you know, you never get angry with your customer, or your personality is like that, you know?
A bit of both, very calm person anyway, generally, but with customers I always just emphasise it even more.
Right. So, what attribute do you have that makes you different, you know? Where you think you are different?
Well, most sales staff or assistants always like run off a list of like a routine, just practice it and then just reading off a script that they've been given. Which of course customers get used to that, and they're not generally they don't take to it very well. I always believe in like the very personal touch, make every single customer different, treat them differently, match yourself to them to get the best results.
Okay. How creative you are, you know? What can you offer the company, you know, in the future?
A lot of sales. That's a personal touch towards sales. So I will hopefully improve the sales turnover of the store, the quality of the store in sales volume, and I'd like to think I can invoke positive air around all colleagues so they can improve their own sales for the days.
No,
And weeks.
have you ever had any idea before for that previous company or no? You know, just I mean to tell them, okay, if you do this, you know, it can help your business to run smoothly. Or
yeah, when I notice something, anything that could be amended, improved to increase sales or marketing, some advertising, I'd always go to managers, explain it to them, not in a patronising way, of course, always as nicely as possible.
Right. How are you like, you know, with time management? You know, how is your current manager?
I'm always on time, at all times. I've never been late to any work at all. I'm always dead on time. I'll always communicate across to managers when I'm taking lunches and breaks or when I want to, and then they'll verify whether I can at that time. And leaving store as well, always do all the sign out procedures, no issues there, and always get searched out with the electric wand. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? You know?
As high up the pay scale as possible, please. Preferably, I do think your company is a very good company, so if there are opportunities available, I would very much wish to go up the ladder if possible. And if any possible training can be given towards that to help me along the way, that'd be greatly appreciated.
So what leadership skill do you have, you know?
Well, when I was working for Samsung and Sony, of course, I was working in like Curry stores and John Lewis and things like that. So they have sales staff who have a general knowledge of all brands. So me being a specialist at the time of a particular brand, used to put on like presentations, things like that, or give them one-to-one training. So in that sense, I was being the leader of that conversation, of course. So I can communicate across to a group very well. I can let them know all the information they need, all relevant information, and the best way to communicate across to customers.
Right. Have you ever asked, you know, to run a business just for one day? You know, suddenly, for example, your boss tell you, okay, I have to go somewhere.
Yep.
I have to run business, you know.
Yeah, various occasions there's been managers had to go to the shop floor for a reason, or he's had to quickly rush out of store, and usually at that point, with me presumably being the most mature of their sales staff at the time, they left me in charge as the standing SFM manager. So at that point, I'd communicate across to all the other department staff that he's left me in charge of what's the situation, and then I would work just as he does in his stead, and either do exactly what he did or improve it to do more.
So did it affect on that daily selling of your shop or no? I mean, did it affect on the taping or these things? You know?
It did affect the department in the fact that I wasn't on sales anymore. I was having to deal with managerial issues, but overall, I would like to think I improved the sales figures for the day. I was left in charge as I was communicating across feedback and constructive criticism to the colleagues, so they knew what to do on their next customer to get better results.
Good. Are you able to supervise other or no?
Supervising, yeah. Once again, I've been left in charge as selling manager, but supervisor. I've monitored all the other sales staff to check that we're doing everything right, following all procedures, that kind of thing, to ensure they were doing exactly what we should be doing. So no quick cigarette breaks or anything like that.
So, generally, how are you with the problem solving? I mean, as you said before, you know, you're a calm person, you don't get angry very soon, but do you have anything else to add?
I always try and get usually in stores there's a couple of managers, different departments, and you can usually find out which ones are more focused on customer service, which ones are more focused about sales quality or sales figures, things like that. So I always quickly find out when I come in the store what they're like, which one's probably best to come to when they need a quick discount or something to make sure a customer doesn't leave store, or which one would be best focused to suit their personality to the customer making a complaint or that sort of thing. I always contact the right one.
Alright, and do you think about the customers or just you think about yourself, you know, about your products? I mean, just you think about selling your products or just you care about the customer as well or not?
Both. I will always try and attain good, strong sales figures, but whatever the customer needs, I'll never sell them something that they don't really need, that's not relevant to them, that they'll never use in the future. Only sell what they need, what they're going to use, and what's best for them. That will mean that they go out to the store very happy, they'll recommend us, tell other people about us, and that will bring in more people. So even if you're getting smaller sales and not upselling, you will get a like amount of sales.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your education?
Education, yes. I was at Thomas Danby where I did a level 3 diploma in business. So of course it teaches me all about how to work in a business environment, all about the figures of a company, all the internals and external working of it, which is very, very helpful and would be very, very relevant to this position. Before that, however, I did do GCSEs at Woodkirk High and AS levels at Greenhead. I did leave Greenhead a year before I should have done, mainly because it didn't seem relevant to what I wanted to do. Going into a business environment, doing history and geography isn't really the most business-like course, so change.
Yeah, you tell us a lot about this, but let me ask my colleague if she has got any question.
No, that's all we want to hear from you today. We will be in touch. Thank you for coming, and thank you.
Alright, well,
Okay,
thanks
we
for
keep
your
in
time.
touch with you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes.